Okay guys, I want to do a little follow-up video on these bells of steel pieces I've been kind of playing with. So on the last video, I mentioned how I had bolted these storage pegs onto this attachment and used as a weight peg for the lever arms. There's a bunch of other stuff that I've been using them for, and so the one I want to cover in this video is how I made articulating arms with them. I didn't have any arms for these. They were just spare pieces I had. So what I did is I went on Marketplace and I scored some Rogue 35-inch arms for a really good deal, and I ended up modifying them to fit on these things. So originally these come with a 1-inch hole with a 1-inch pin. I removed these bushings and made some 5/8 bushings with a 5/8 inch pin, and I ended up drilling this additional hole here so that it's still lockable with this piece. So what ends up happening with that is this becomes modular, where I can hold the arm on and off whenever I want, depending on what application I'm using it for. So another thing about it is that it becomes much easier for me to move these things around, because it's a little bit heavy and annoying when I'm trying to remove the arm with the attachment. So this way I just pull the pin out, I take the arm off, and then I move this to whatever I need to do with it. The 35-inch arm lines up really well with the original bells of steel arm. I cut these down 3/4 of an inch so that they fit inside the uprights with my 43-inch cross members, and the gap basically is about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. So if I had not cut these arms down, this would have basically been almost perfect in terms of lining up with the rubber. What's also nice about this system is that you can still use your original lever arms and mount them on the articulating arm, and they go all the way back without the handle kind of going against the upright. So it's kind of offset from the upright, so this goes all the way back. And that way, when you have these pinned in place, you can do your exercise and not have to worry about anything hitting back here. That's one. What I ended up doing is I designed these 360-degree rotating handles, and so to use those handles, I had to get some pinned weight pegs, which I end up mounting on the front side of this, and I put my handles in the back. What's kind of nice about that also is that I realized that I can use these adapters to change the angle of the leg press attachment. So what ends up happening is I can mount a weight peg on this part, and I can mount a weight peg on the lower part, put the leg press attachment on, and then the way the weight is distributed changes, because I can put a weight on the top and on the bottom with the plate in the middle. So I'll try to do another video of how I set that up with the leg press attachment, just to give you guys an idea of what else I've been doing with these. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was how I unbolted the storage peg from these, and I made some adapters. And I won't get into how these adapters work just yet, because I'm building a belt squat, and when I do the video for the belt squat, I'll kind of show you guys how these work with the modified weight pegs. They're just kind of annoying and always in the way when they're mounted on the thing, on the attachment all the time. So getting around them was annoying from the outside, and I kept kind of banging into them, especially on the inside, and they were always in the way. So I was like, there has to be a better way. So we found a solution for that, and I made these adapters. So I'll show you that when I do the video of the trolley belt squat that I'm working on. So I think that pretty much covers it for this application. I will try to make a couple more videos. I have a system set up where I can put these side by side and use them for lateral raises. It worked better when I had the arms on this side, where I had space to kind of do lateral raises. Another thing is that the 35-inch arms, I'll try to show this in this video real quick before we stop, but what ends up happening is sometimes the universe gives you a gift, which ends up being pretty awesome. The arms 35-inch arms actually fit inside the 43-inch uprights when they're mounted on the other arms. So in terms of like storage, I can leave these arms mounted on the other arms, lock them in place like uprights, and I can still use these 35-inch arms inside the rack. Or I can mount them on the outside of the rack. There's like a bunch of different possibilities. But I really like the fact that because they're pinned, I'm not kind of locked in one position and one setup. So it's kind of some of the things I've been playing with. Yeah, I'll try to kind of get a couple more videos out for you guys so you can kind of see what I've been doing with this. The belt squat system has been kind of surprisingly like working really well. I was kind of trying to figure out some solutions to a couple of the design issues I had in my head, but I got a lot of the problems sorted out, and it's really working out super well. So I'm kind of excited about making that video to show you guys what I did with that. That one I'm kind of trying to figure out a way to maybe make some attachments so I can kind of sell them so people can convert their trolleys into belt squats. So yeah, stay tuned. I got a couple more stuff coming, so I'll try to get a couple more videos out for you guys so you can see what I've been up to. Yeah, let me know what you think.